This is a quick guide showing you how to save, organise and cite your references using Zotero. Zotero is a reference management tool. It allows you to collect and save references. It organises your references. It allows you to cite directly into documents. And it also creates bibliographies. There are three components to using Zotero. There is Zotero, the desktop version and the web version. This is your main library of references. The second component is Zotero Connector, which is a browser extension which allows you to drag and drop and collect references on the go. And the third component is Zotero Plugin, and this acts as a link between your Zotero library and whatever Word document you're working on. So firstly, let's look at Zotero Desktop. Zotero Desktop, as well as the web version, allows you to save and store and organise all of your references. You'll be adding references to your main library here using RIS files or RIS files, as well as creating manual references. You can also organise all of your folders and create subcategories, allowing you to find references more easily. The second component to Zotero is called Zotero Connector. And this is a web extension. It allows you to grab web references on the go. It allows you to import web pages, articles, social media, and anything you're viewing online directly into your Zotero library and any of the subfolders and categories you might have created. And the third component to Zotero is called Zotero Plugin, and this connects your Zotero library to any Word doc you working on. It allows you to insert ready-made references according to the referencing style that you're using, and it also allows you to insert ready-made bibliographies of cited references. So now we're going to look at all those three components. Let's go over to Zotero and create an account. So we're going to go to Login at the top of the page here, and you have an option to register for an account if it's your first time using it. When you register with an account, you'll need to enter in all of your details. And my number one recommendation is to use your personal email address rather than your University of Kent email address. This will just allow you to make sure that you can access all of your references beyond your time at the university. The next step is to download Zotero. So go to zotero.org/download. And then here you'll be able to download Zotero 6 for Windows. You also have options to download Zotero depending on other operating systems here as well. And if you need any technical support or any guidance, you can view the online help guide. The second component is Zotero Connector, which is the browser extension. Zotero will recognise whichever browser you're currently using, but if you want to select a different browser, you can scroll down and select from one of the many options that it provides. And from here, you can then click Install and begin using the browser extension. Now, the third component of Zotero is the link between your Zotero library and Word document. This is the Zotero plugin. Now, this automatically downloads when you download Zotero. To make sure this is working, open up any Word document, and along the toolbar at the top, you should see Zotero at the very top. Make sure you've downloaded Zotero first of all before doing this. If it doesn't work, you might need to stop, start and re-download again. In your main Zotero library, you'll see all the references collected listed in the middle of the page here. This is your Zotero library, and you can click on any of the references and find out more information on the right-hand side of the page. This is good practice for you to check that all the details, the authors, publication titles are all correct. From here, you can also add notes and tags to any of the references, allowing you to make annotations as you go and complete your research. On the left-hand side of the screen, you also have the option of creating folders and subcategories, which is useful when you're working on large projects. To create a new folder, select New Folder at the top, and here I'm just going to enter in a new folder called New Project, and then click OK. This folder is now empty, but we can start to add references from our main library here. You can simply highlight, drag, and drop into the folder you'd like the reference to live in. So here we've got our first reference in our new project folder. There are a few different ways to import references into your Zotero library. We're going to start by looking at some journal articles. So this is a database search that I'm carrying out now, looking at women in leadership, and this is my list of results. And we're going to select this article and import this into our Zotero library. So click on the title. This will also work for any ebook or any academic article you're looking at online, and find the option where it says export. Here as a default, it should select RIS file as a default setting. If it doesn't, then just make sure you're looking for the option that says RIS file in the drop-down menu. From this page here, then we can click Save. Now with Zotero, it will try and allow you to connect Zotero to whatever database you're looking at as a default option. I would recommend actually not using this as a default option, just in case there's any future problems with Zotero. It allows you to still be able to save that reference to your desktop. So ignore this for now and click Cancel. This will then save that RIS file to your own device. We're now going to go back to Zotero and add this reference. At the very top of the page, you can click File and then Import. And we're going to import from here and select Next. Then we should see the RIS file that we've just downloaded. Select the RIS file and click Open. This has now imported our RIS reference into our Zotero library, and we can drag and drop that into any of the subcategories and folders we've created on the left-hand side of the screen. It's good practice at this point just to check that all of the data is correct for the reference we've imported. Have a look at the title, the author, the publication details to make sure that all of that looks correct. If there's anything missing or anything that needs amending, you can always edit it at this stage. You can also add manual references. This is useful for when you're working with print documents such as print books, print magazines and newspapers and print journals. From the top of the screen, select a new item and then select the format that most closely matches the reference you're wanting to add. Once you've found the format you'd like to add, select on the format and this will take you to a page where you can enter in all the details. So on the right hand side of the screen, we can now see all of these empty fields which are for you to populate. So we can enter in the title of the journal article. We can also enter in the author, the name of the journal, the date range, the page range, where it was published, as many details as you can add. And you should see that as we're typing this and populating these fields, this is being edited live on the screen. So in the middle of the page where our Zotero library is, we can see that reference and we can see that those details are being added to the reference as we go. Once you've filled in all the fields that you can see the reference here. You can come back to this at any time, add and amend the details as needed. Another way to import references is using the Zotero connector, which is the browser extension tool. So here we're looking at an online article. This works for any online articles or online materials. And at the very top of our browser, we can see the Zotero icon here. Click on that icon, and then this will allow you to grab all of the information from the article that is on the screen. You can select where you'd like this reference to be saved, so from one of your subcategories or folders, or even a new folder you'd like to create. Once you've selected the folder, you can then go to your Zotero library, and you can see there the article that we've just looked at now appears in your reference library here. Again, it's good practice to check that all the details are correct. If anything is missing or if anything is incorrect, you can use the tabs on the right-hand side of the screen to update and amend this detail. The third component of Zotero is the Zotero plugin, which links your Zotero library to any Word document that you're working on. In order for this to work, you must have your Zotero library open and logged in the background or in a separate tab. To check this is working, open up a Word document and check at the top of the page that Zotero appears here and all of your options are available. So this is a draft assignment I'm currently working on. And in order to insert references from my Zotero library, I will need to use the add reference function here. First of all, check to make sure it's in the reference style that we are currently using, so that we're looking at Harvard referencing style, and place your cursor wherever you'd like the citation to appear. You'll then need to search for the reference and then click enter. And as you can see here, it's entered in the reference where our cursor was placed. Let's try that again. So we're clicking our cursor, we're adding our reference, typing in the title or the author to find the reference, selecting from our library, and then we can click enter and this appears in the body of our assignment. We can also edit the reference as we go. So for example, if you need to add a page range to the article, find the article or the resource you'd like to reference. And then here you can add in whichever details you'd like to amend to appear in the citation. So for example, you can add in the page range. Then click enter and this will appear in the body of your work. Now as you start to enter citations, this then allows you to create a bibliography or a reference list to add at the end of your work. Once again, you'll need to place your cursor wherever you'd like the bibliography to appear and then click add bibliography. And this creates a ready-made bibliography in the Harvard style, ready formatted for you to use. Again, if there's anything you need to change on here, you can add it and amend as you go along, and it's good practice to check that all those details are correct before clicking save. For further support, you can always book a library one-to-one appointment. It's a good idea to visit the KBS Library Resource Guide. We have an excellent page there on referencing, as well as being able to access all of the KBS e-resources, databases and journals. You can also contact us for library support and inquiries at kbslibrary@kent.ac.uk.